Hello and welcome to the Pup Mommy. This is a channel where I share my practical hands-on experience, including my mistakes, of everything that I have learned in over 30 years of owning, loving, and caring for dogs. Multiple breeds, puppies to seniors. And I'd like to be your go-to resource for all things dog. And if you have any questions or anything like that regarding behavior, training, even some medical issues, because I've been through plenty of those too, please contact me. And I do on my website also have a number of different products that I have used, whether it's cleaning, whether it's dog coats, whether it's just whatever that you might find useful. I never recommend anything to anybody unless I have used it on my dogs and actually like it. And one other service that I have also is to help people find the perfect dog for their lifestyle and their personality. So all those links are going to be on my website for you. Now, the purpose of this video today is for me to just kind of weigh in as a dog owner and somebody, as I said, who's owned dogs for over 30 years. There is a topic that has been blazing across social media lately about South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem and her German wire-haired pointer, Cricket. It appears that in an upcoming book that she's written, and I will also leave a link in the description section, the UK publication, The Guardian, had obtained an advanced copy of the book. And perhaps this is how the story had come out. Cricket, the wire-haired pointer, was 14 months old. And if you know anything about wire-haired pointers, they are basically gun dogs. They're in terms of hunting dogs. They have a very high energy, they have a very high prey drive, but they are also intensely loyal to their family, and they're wonderful dogs. They're about what I would call somewhere in the range of 50 to 70 pounds. They could be a little heavier. And with the wire-haired pointer, they're called wire-haired because their coat is a little more wiry than the German short-haired pointer, which allows them to move more easily through the brush. At 14 months, a wire-haired pointer is still basically a puppy. But according to Noem, she found the dog untrainable. She hated the dog. And even though she used an e-collar, nothing seemed to work for her. Well, after coming home from a hunt where the dog was just absolutely uncontrollable and wild, apparently she had the dog in her truck. She stopped to talk to a neighbor. The dog got out of the truck, managed to kill some chickens, and everyone was horrified. And then as she tried to gain control of the dog evidently whipped around and, in excitement or as she described the dog was absolutely, just looked like it was in heaven. Well, again, wire-haired pointer, high prey drive, yeah, that's exactly what you're going to have. Well, at that point, she writes that she knew that she had to get rid of the dog. So basically, she took that 14-month-old puppy, took it to a gravel pit and shot it. She didn't try to have it professionally trained. She didn't necessarily even spend more time training it. She didn't even bother taking it to a shelter or rehoming it. That's the story, and that is what has outraged so many people. I'm not getting into politics at all in this particular video, but I will say this as a 30-plus year owner of dogs, and I will tell you this sincerely, I have had my share of wacky DNA dogs. But you have to love them enough in order to work for them. And when it comes to hunting dogs, if you remember the trial last year of Alex Murdaugh, where he was tried for killing his wife and son, he apparently did it in the kennel section. He had hunting dogs, and they have outdoor kennels and cages. Those dogs, are considered basically commodities. And I think that's exactly how Noem looked at her dog. Other people have dogs, hunting dogs that just happen to be hunting dogs, whether they're setters, whether they're spaniels, whether they're pointers. And the dog is a family member. It's beloved by the family. And so many of these dogs are really, really intensely loyal to their families. They're wonderful dogs. But evidently, this was something that Noem couldn't be bothered with. I think it speaks tons about her character. So this, in a way, shows you also be very, very particular about the kind of dog that you bring into your family. Know its function, know its purpose, know the size of dog that you want, and also why it is so incredibly, incredibly important that you train your dog. 96% of dogs surrendered to shelters. did not receive any training whatsoever. That's by a national study, a research study that was done a couple of years ago. So it really tells you something. But anyway, I'm weighing in on this, and I'm really repulsed by this. I've just have revulsion for this. Speaks tons about the character of this woman, and following on the heels of that debacle in Wyoming with Cody Roberts and his snowmobiling over a wolf pup and then torturing and killing it to death. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a rancher. You know what? And when you lose livestock to wolves, or you lose, that's hundreds of dollars, per head, I get it. I can empathize. But, there are ways to deal with problems, and there are not ways to deal with problems. And, I'm not going to get into that subject at all. But I just wanted to bring this to your attention in case you hadn't heard about it. This South Dakota governor has been on the national stage for a while. And I know she probably has been considered as VP aspirations for a particular political party and candidate for president. So I'm just, again, character speaks volumes. I can't believe she put this in the book, but again, bringing it to your attention. And I am just, as a dog owner, I can't imagine doing that to a 14-month-old puppy. I just can't. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section. Again, all my contact information is in the description section. Thank you very much for watching. I so appreciate your attention, and don't forget to click and subscribe. Bye for now.